Well, hello everyone, friends, and today we came across a new interesting game that is very similar to that game about the musical dudes. To find out what's in my room, you need to like and subscribe. Come on, I'm waiting. Well, 3, 2, 1.
There's a puking pomni here today.
Maybe it's time to stop calling them music dudes. Actually, they're actually called Sprunky. I think it's time to call a spade a spade.
I don't care. I'll keep calling them music dudes. And by the way, these dudes sound much cooler. Just listen to those cool drums.
Yes, these guys really sound very funny. Just look at this funny guy in the green hat. By the way, he plays a rather interesting rhythm on some African drums. I really like this driving music. It sounds cool.
I think first we need to hear all the possible sounds in this game, and only after that we will start trying to make up some cool melody. But for now, the melody that we made up sounds pretty interesting.
I wonder what sounds this polar bear makes. It seems to me that he can't make anything exciting because he's wearing a scarf. Just listen. This guy added some bass to us. But by the way, this bass sounds quite organic in this composition.
But unfortunately, the same cannot be said about this elephant. He adds some very tragic pipe that I absolutely do not like. Basically, this bird that adds some barely audible sounds. Okay, let's listen to this snail.
This funny snail added some cool synth to us. I think it sounds pretty cool in this song, and we definitely need to keep it. And then we'll continue to explore the rest of the sounds that are in this game. And now we have some purple weird guy.
He just adds the sound of some strange wind. To be honest, I don't like this sound at all. By the way, now we have added some interesting cat in VR glasses, and it looks like he will add some vocal part.
Oh no! That's definitely not what we need! That sounds pretty dumb! Okay, now we need to add that weird paw. That guy looks like some kind of wolf or something, but he doesn't fit either.
And now we've added some really weird little mouse here. This guy is standing here with a really stupid face, and to be honest, I really don't like the music he wanted to add. So now we've added a moth here.
This is the same idiotic sound that could have been added here. I don't like it at all. This sound is somehow too tragic. We need something more energetic here. For example, this strange rainbow flower.
I don't think this rainbow flower will add any cool sound here. It doesn't look fun at all. Just listen to this guy. He's singing some weird song. I think we'd better add this horn here.
Let's try add it here and listen to how it sounds. Wait, seriously? Is that a cow singing a choral song? Okay, that was as stupid as it gets. I think it's better to add a hare here.
This hare also sounds extremely idiotic. Just listen to him. Now we've added some weird bear here. Maybe he'll add all this cool sound for you. By the way, his singing sounds quite interesting. Wait, we just pressed some red button and now we have a new red button.
Let's try pressing this button and find out what it's even for. Okay, this button is asking us what kind of imaginary friend one of these guys has. But we don't even know their names. Well, I think we should use this weird black thing now.
I really hope that this button will not add creepy elements here, because I am very afraid of what was in the last game. It really scares me very much. By the way, this guy plays some kind of xylophone, and to be honest, I really like him. Now let's explore the encyclopedia about these creatures. Maybe we will learn something from here?
It looks like we can read absolutely all the information about these guys. By the way, look, we found the very character that the button told us about, and it looks like here you should find the secret name of his imaginary friend.
To be honest, I don't see any information about an imaginary friend. There is the word friend, but it doesn't bring us any closer to the answer. I think we should read better. Maybe there is some code or something hidden here?
There really is absolutely no word about his imaginary friend here. Maybe we should try to enter something random here, but it didn't really work at all. We should try to find the answer somewhere in this game.
To be honest, I have absolutely no idea where this information might actually be hidden, because we read about this pink guy in the encyclopedia. Maybe we should add him here and he will sing his name to us?
I think that was a pretty stupid idea. He won't be able to sing anything to us because all he does is just meow. I think we should explore the whole interface of this game better and try to study the library better. It's quite possible that we didn't find something there.
There is some extremely strange switch here. But to be honest, I have absolutely no idea what it switches. Well, okay. It looks like there is no information in the encyclopedia on the page with this pink cat either. Maybe we should look through this encyclopedia further?
I think we should definitely find some secret information somewhere. Wait, we found it and here's the name of that guy. Yeah, it looks like that guy's name is William. Okay, now we should enter that name here and see what happens.
Okay, I'm ready for absolutely any development of events. Wait, we got some new strange square. Oh no, God, did you see this? As soon as we moved it, everything started to look as creepy as possible. God, I'm already as scared as possible here.
Oh my God! This looks even scarier than the last game. But it looks like the sounds here are really much more interesting. Just listen to the beat we created here. I really like these sounds.
Now it sounds like some kind of drum and bass or something like that. And damn, these sounds are really cool. They are even cooler than the bad sounds in the last game. Oh my God, I think you can have a real rave with these sounds.
I even imagined how at some rave, instead of a DJ booth, there was a guy with a laptop and he was just changing these strange characters on the screen in a computer game. God, that would look extremely comical. But to be fair, these sounds are really very cool.
But that doesn't change the fact that these guys really do look extremely scary. God, just look at their faces. I think I definitely wouldn't have played this game if I'd known that the characters here were so creepy. The first guy actually got shot in the eye with an arrow.
He has reality eyes sticking out arrow. God, I just noticed it now. In general, everything that is in this game sounds and looks extremely strange. I'm not a fan of this kind of music, but to be honest, I like this much more than everything we heard before.
Oh yeah, I would definitely go to a party where this kind of music is playing. Just listen to it. I think it could really be used to make some really cool soundtrack. I want to hear all the possible sounds that are in this game.
I think we'll have time to hear everything that's playing here. In general, to be honest, I'm not really a fan of this kind of music either. But it looks like you guys really like it. By the way, all the images that we see here look as creepy as possible.
Are you not at all embarrassed by the fact that the guy who is standing here third has a beehive on his head? Someone really put a whole beehive on this guy's head. Lord, it seems to me that all these guys have experienced very terrible suffering.
It looks like this pink cat's imaginary friend William is a little crazy, and he did all this to these people. God, this really looks disgusting. But damn, I'm in love with this music. I really like the way everything sounds here. I wish I could stay here forever.
Here? Forever? Jax, I think you're starting to go a little crazy. All these things look really creepy. By the way, I like this sound a lot. I think we've perfectly complemented this whole picture. This song really sounds like it's the soundtrack to some really cool game.
It seems like Jax really liked this music. Okay, I think we should explore the rest of the sounds that are left here so that we have an understanding of all the sounds that are in this game. I really hope that our subscribers really like this game because I really want to come back to it again.
I think we've explored everything we can, but I think it would be great if we added two halves of those weird split guys so they sounded synergistic. I think that sound really suits this song really well.
Well, I think we got a really cool song, and everything we did here sounds really cool. I really hope that our subscribers will really put a lot of likes and write comments that they want to see this game again so that we can play it again. But for now, let's move on to the next game.
I think we liked it quite a lot too, and that's why I'm absolutely not against playing it. This melody is already firmly stuck in my head.
Really? I thought I was the only one with this problem. By the way, every time we enter this game, I completely understand that I hate the sound of this sun.
We definitely shouldn't use it in our songs. But these sounds sound pretty interesting to me. By the way, before this I didn't really like the white dude, but now I like his sound.
I think we'll keep him with us this time. This guy really does sound really funny, but the sound of that tree I've never understood. In fact, I don't think it makes any sense at all.
By the way, this time we got a rather unusual composition. Usually we don't get anything like that at all. Okay, I really like the song we got now, but it seems to me that we should add something to it.
To be honest, I don't even know what to add here. I don't like this yellow guy at all, but I think that if we add something happy here, it will definitely complement the picture perfectly.
This yellow guy sounds pretty weird too, although I think he fits in this composition perfectly. Well, okay, I think we made enough good music, and now it's time to move on to the world of scary music.
Oh my God! Are we really going there again? I get creeped out every time we go there. Just look at this design!
I don't even know what type of melody we need to create now. I think we should add completely random dudes here. I think it will sound pretty interesting.
God, every time we come in here, I feel uneasy. Just look at how they all look. It seems to me that these guys were created by some really sick person.
Oh my god, I've already forgotten how creepy they look. I'm especially scared of this guy who has half his head missing. It really looks as scary as possible. But by the way, I really like the sound of this orange guy whose heartbeat we hear.
Yeah, I think that's the coolest sound in this game. Okay, I think we need to remove that guy in the middle because he adds the most boring sound here. And in general, I really want to hear the sound of cool drums.
I find this guy extremely annoying too. I think he doesn't fit. Absolutely no melody. Okay, I think now we need to add some cool sounds here like the whistling guy because he really sets an interesting atmosphere. I am very scared of what is happening on the screen now. I would really like these guys to be so creepy because I am very scared to look at them.
These guys really do look extremely scary. Okay, well, I guess we should try replacing our melody with some other one. By the way, we've never heard the sound of this robot here. I wonder what it sounds like.
By the way, I really like the sounds. It sounds like some very quiet drums, but they give a lot of cool atmosphere. And by the way, this white guy who looks extremely crazy also sounds quite interesting here.
Are you talking about this white dude? Yeah, he actually sounds pretty cool. By the way, all these dudes actually have names, but for some reason, we still don't know them. I think it would be great if our subscribers wrote in the comments the name of their favorite dudes from here.
Oh, I think this is a great idea. Actually, my favorite dude from here is this orange guy with a glowing heart. I think he is the most interesting character in this whole game. Okay, now I think we need to create a song that will consist of completely random sounds.
These sounds are not quite random. And by the way, I think we absolutely shouldn't have added that yellow creepy guy on the left. I don't like the sounds he makes at all because these sounds are extremely loud and they interrupt the whole melody.
I think if I had to choose the 3 stupidest sounds in this game, I'd probably choose the sun, the yellow guy, and the tree. I don't think there's anything stupider than these sounds. They really ruin every melody.
Oh yeah, I totally agree with you. These are really the silliest sounds here. But I really love making drum beats. They sound really fun and really cool. I think they are the best part of this game.
I also think that this really sounds extremely cool. Just listen to these cool beats. But it seems to me that such beats always lack some minimal melody. Like this blue guy, who plays a very gentle piano.
Yes, it seems to me that now we have perfectly complemented this whole composition, except for this green screaming guy. He always annoyed me too. It seems to me that something calmer is needed here.
Oh yeah, I never want to add it to our songs again. Wait, Jax, did you really decide to add this stupid sun here? I don't even want to hear this melody. It constantly irritates me and starts to keep me on edge.
Yes, it really does sound very stupid. I wouldn't want us to add such sounds here because they really spoil this melody. And in general, it seems to me that every time we come to the conclusion that the ideal melody always consists of drums.
Yes, these drums do sound very interesting. Well, okay, now I think we should move on, and now we should go back to the calm melodies in order to try to create new music there.
So far, they are not creepy at all. But we know very well what we need to do to make them creepy.
I think for starters, we should try to make some good music so that we can get into a positive vibe.
This is a great idea. Let's try to make some positive song that all our viewers will really like.
So far, we have some interesting hip-hop track. I think we need to add more drums to make an interesting beat.
I think we can definitely do it. I think we're already professionals in creating music in this game.
Do you really think we are professionals? I think we are doing this only for the 3rd time, and we are not doing it as well as other YouTubers.
Guys, I think this is the least we should worry about. Let's just focus on making the coolest music possible.
I totally agree with him. Let's try to make some cool beat here.
I'm scared by the fact that your voice always sounds different. I think it absolutely shouldn't be like that, buddy. Tell me what your secret is.
I don't really think he'll admit it to us, but I think all ghosts have the same thing with their voices and it's really, really scary. Maybe it's their innate ability.
I think this is not something we should worry about now. We should think about which characters are better to add here so that this melody sounds really cool.
It seems to me that all the characters that we have added here really sound quite interesting. Now we need to add the last 2 characters that will complement this melody.
I think this pink character is absolutely not right for us. We don't need a choir here. Rather, we need another drum here.
I totally agree with you. But for some reason, Jax decided to add this guy in the hood here. He doesn't fit here at all. Let's add this green guy here.
I think it will suit us perfectly. Just listen to this sound. I think this is what we were missing before. Okay, I really like this sound, and now we need to try to add something else here.
I think it's time to put on the creepy black hat so that we can finally go to the world of creepy music. Because we've created a pretty cheerful melody, and now it's time for us to do something really scary.
Oh my god. Every time we dive into this world, even I get goosebumps. The atmosphere here is really creepy. The music we create is also very scary here.
I didn't think that a character like you could be scared by anything, especially by some stupid children's game. But in fact, this game also instills horror in me. I'm very scared to look at everything that's happening here.
Oh my god, this atmosphere is really the most scary for me. I really hope that we won't be too scared in this game, and I'm absolutely sure that we shouldn't go into the gallery here, because in that case, we'll definitely be very scared.
But here today, I want to create the most calm song as we created last time. And it seems to me that this green guy is absolutely not suitable for us. To create a calm song, we need something calmer here.
You want to make calm, violent music? Okay, that sounds really interesting for you. I think we might even be able to do that. So let's just focus on collecting the calmest sounds here.
I think this blue guy is perfect for our song, but this sun plays some too aggressive piano. So I think we should try using the purple guy here.
This purple guy makes a pretty calm choir. And because of that, I sometimes think he's perfect for this type of music. And by the way, this yellow guy makes pretty calm sounds too. I really like them.
Okay, now I think we should find some other interesting sound. By the way, I think the sound of this guy's heart could add a little rhythm to this song to make it more interesting.
Okay, I agree with you. This sound really suits it very well. Now let's add a pink bunny to make a perfect chorus for this song. Now this music sounds quite tragic and mysterious. I really like the way it sounds in reality.
Okay, we finally got a pretty calm song and I really like it. But now I think we should try to create something new. And for this, we should delete all these guys and try to create some really driving song.
Yeah, I think we need to create some song that has a lot of drums and they are really fast. I think it would be just great. Just listen to this song. It really sounds really cool.
I also really like this melody. I think now we need to add this guy without part of his head. And by the way, the sound he creates really sounds very cool. And now we need to add the green guy here so that he adds the shaker.
And now we'll try to add a blue guy here. But I don't think that will set the pace for this composition. His melody sounds pretty cute. We need someone more aggressive here.
I think this green guy is perfect for this role. Although it is quite possible that his sounds are quite strange. Oh, just listen to him. He adds some very aggressive and loud sound. It is quite possible that you really should leave him here.
And now we need to figure out who to call the last place here. Maybe we should use this yellow guy, but I think that this sound is not quite right for this composition. It is quite possible that in his place, we can put someone else who will sound much cooler.
I think this guy in the blue hood will add a small, interesting melody to the background that is quite capable of livening up this composition. Yes, just listen. Everything that we hear here now sounds really creepy, as if a huge crowd of some creepy warriors is about to appear.
I absolutely love the song that we made, and I think it sounds perfect. But now I want to try to create another melody.
I suggest creating a melody from completely random sounds. I think we can get something really cool. Okay, it looks like we've added all possible sounds here. But in reality, any melody that has this idiotic yellow sun, I stop liking because it sounds too loud.
Oh yeah, I think a yellow sun definitely ruins any song. I think we need to add all the drums possible here to make something as fast and angry as possible.
We actually added all possible drum sounds here. By the way, this weird white guy with white eyes makes some pretty interesting sounds. It's weird that I didn't notice him before.
Yeah, I'm also really surprised that you didn't notice him initially because this guy really makes really cool sounds. Well, I think we should replace one of these sounds, and I think that sound will be a computer.
And I don't think we should change any sounds now because this song turned out great. I think we should remove all these sounds from here and try to add all the sounds that we haven't heard today yet.
By the way, this yellow guy really scares me. He looks a bit like a giraffe, but the animation of his jaw movement really looks really scary. It's really, really scary.
Are you really afraid of all these creatures? My God, my friend, you lived in a basement for several years and you know how to get to hell.
I'm surprised that anything in this world can actually scare you.
In fact, we ghosts also have intelligence, and we are also capable of being scared. For example, I am afraid of a lot of things, like spiders, clowns, and one more thing that I won't tell you.
Are you really afraid of spiders? It's good that Puffmo is not with us because otherwise you wouldn't be able to record a video with you. And I'm really interested to know what you're really afraid of.
I don't think we should ask him about it. Okay, I think we've explored all the creepy sounds well enough. Now we should get back to normal sounds.
Totally agree with you. Those creepy characters and the eyes in the background really got on my nerves.
We need to show this game to our guests because last time we really enjoyed playing it.
Okay, I think this melody is turning out quite interesting. Today, I want to create something more up-tempo.
Wait! Don't you think there was something creepy about this game last time?
Yes, I remember that, but we need to try to make good music first before we start making evil music.
Wait, what are you talking about? There's something evil in this game?
Yes, you will be very surprised when you see this. Okay, well, let's just continue making music. Here, I think it will be quite interesting. By the way, I don't really like the song that is playing now.
I think we need to remove the sun from here because it gives too childish atmosphere. Okay, let's try to choose this blue bear. Blue bear sounds quite strange. I think it might fit here, but it's not certain.
Okay, these sounds really sound super interesting. This white guy who barks, he also sounds extremely strange, but I think this song turned out really interesting. Well, I think that the song that came out with us now sounds pretty good in principle.
But now I think it's time to move on to the creepiest songs, and for that we need to take this black hat and put it on one of these little people. I think we'll put this hat on this guy.
And now the worst part begins.
Oh my god, what's going on here? Why are they looking like that?
So in fact, this is the very same creepy melody that we are now going to create.
Oh my god, the atmosphere here is even worse than in my basement. Just look at this guy. He's literally standing there with blood in his eyes. Oh my god, it's so creepy. And it looks like his heart is playing the main melody.
Okay, now we need to add another guy. And I think that the sound he makes really sounds really cool. I really want to know how much the placement of the little people affects the melody they will play. But it seems to me that it makes absolutely no difference. The only thing that seems different to me is that now these drums have echo added.
I think now we need to try adding some more melodies here. By the way, this guy with the blue hood adds a very interesting sound that sounds very cool.
And now we need to add this weird robot. Last time we added it too, and it makes a really cool sound. Okay, I think this time we should definitely be able to create some really scary melody.
By the way, this guy practically doesn't make any sounds. He just makes some very strange vibration that isn't very audible in these tracks. But this pink rabbit creates a very strange choir that also sounds extremely strange.
Okay, I think we can remove him, and I would really like to add this guy with a plate on his head because he sets the tempo for this composition. And now we can add from this guy who will whistle. But in fact, his whistle sounds very strange, and in principle, he fits into this composition very well.
Okay, now I think we need to find another sound that can scare people. Let's say we can add this green guy. But by the way, because we added him, the song starts to sound faster and more aggressive.
Yes, you are right. Now, this composition is really very tense, but I like its tempo. I really like this kind of music that is fast.
I think this is the best melody we've ever produced in all our time playing here.
Okay, last time we went to the gallery in this game, and there really are a lot of different strange things. For example, in this picture, the guy says that they have hands. And here it is shown that the creators of this little green man were inspired by this guy. The guy from a very creepy childhood cartoon.
Oh my god, just look at his eyes. He really does look the most unpleasant. Okay, now it looks like this gallery contains the most horrible things that can exist. By the way, I think I want to hear new sounds in this game.
Oh my god! Every time we scroll through this gallery, I get extremely scared because all these images that are collected here really look disgusting. I would never want to see them again.
I think we can try to create a composition of another genre that will sound really interesting, but in fact, I am very scared of the atmosphere here, especially these clouds with eyes that are in the background, because these eyes really look scary.
Okay, now let's try to make this melody sound as pleasant as possible. I think that with this choir and this piano, this melody will sound somehow inspiring.
Do you really need an inspiring melody here? Okay, bro, I think this is the stupidest idea because basically, the atmosphere in this game does not encourage you to compose inspiring music.
I'm surprised that he said this, because in fact, in their estate, the atmosphere is always even worse.
Now we're gonna add a computer. By the way, this computer adds the voice for this song, and it sounds really scary. Okay, I guess we can add this orange guy here, but actually when we add him, the melody starts to sound more up-tempo.
We need something that will sound extremely slow. By the way, it seems to me or this guy is different from the other blue guy. I think we can try adding it to different characters. And by the way, the melody that the blue guy makes, I also really like. He just adds another nice piano with this sound.
By the way, it seems to me that we managed to create an inspiring melody because everything here sounds extremely calm and very soothing. I really like the melody that we are getting.
I really like this melody too.
Now it all sounds impressive. Okay, now we'll add this guy and he adds a really nice whistle. Do you hear what kind of song we're getting? I think it's really cool.
This whistling guy really fits in here, and I think he creates a really cool atmosphere here. I like him.
I totally agree with you. He's cool.
Okay, now we've added this guy who's missing part of his head, but I think we need to remove him from here because this sound is really the most inappropriate for our song. We need to add something calmer.
We need to think of someone else we can add to this composition. For example, this guy. Although no, he makes weird sounds too. I actually have almost no ideas. We can add this one. Yes, he adds quite calm sounds. I really like these sounds.
I think that we really got a melody that sounds really cool and calm. I'm surprised that it's really possible to do this in this game.
Okay, now I think we need to keep changing our components. Now we can remove this and instead add some other calm thing, like this blue guy who will just give a choir.
Yeah, that guy in the hood really adds a really cool vibe, and I really like how that melody sounds with him. We really get it to be as cool as possible.
We really have now got the coolest melody possible.
Listen, now our music sounds pretty nice. It's not scary at all. Okay, I think now we need to try to create the most random composition that can be. So I think we'll add these guys. Here we'll add a choir and a tree, and I think we've got quite an interesting song.
The idea of creating a random melody sounds really cool. We've heard all these sounds before, but I think even with such a weird set of sounds, we got a really cool and interesting melody. I like it.
I'm surprised that we managed to create such a melody.
Actually, I think this game was really cool, and I like playing it because the music we make here is really atmospheric. But I'm really scared of those creepy faces. Okay, now let's move on straight to the next game.
Oh, is this some new game? I'm very interested to see what it is. And by the way, everything here really looks very similar to your amazing digital circus.
Yes, this location was really created to look very similar to our amazing digital circus, and the developers really put a lot of effort into making it look like this place.
And they did it really well. Well, let's move on. I really want to see how this game looks like as a whole.
I hope you really like it because we really like this game very much. Okay, we got to the first boss and just look who it is. I think everyone recognized the character who will now hunt us.
Oh yeah, this is our friend who spent our entire adventure somewhere in the basement. Well, I think we'll be able to escape from her pretty cool because she doesn't move that fast, and in principle, she has very little chance of catching us.
Wait, what's going on here? Why is she teleporting? It scares me so much. I really hope she doesn't do that often. And anyway, it looks like she can't get to us here. Well, okay. Now let's go up this spiral staircase.
This spiral staircase is very huge. We really have to climb it up for a really long time. I think this is the most boring part of this game because this climb up the spiral staircase is really very long.
But we finally managed to get to the very top. Well, now we need to go straight to the room with the toilets and go through it completely.
Now we will need to open this door and dig ourselves a tunnel into the giant gloink nest. Yes, we are finally here. Well, this place is really very creepy and scary. By the way, I really like the fact that here, instead of lava or some other liquid, some strange green liquid is poured. This is extremely non-trivial for such modes.
I really like this too, because usually in these modes there is lava or some acid spilled there, but here it is some weird green liquid. I really like this. Okay, now we need to go straight to the corridor with the huge rolling ball.
Finally, we are here. Okay, now we will have to run through it. I hope that our new friends are not scared of this corridor, although in principle our new friends look as if they themselves could scare this corridor.
Yes. Such places do not scare me at all. You are very lucky that you have not seen my basement. Well, okay, let's quickly pass this test and move on. I am very interested to see what we will go through next in this game.
Just look who is the boss here. It's our friend who is always too lazy to participate in adventures. Why is she trying to catch up with us? But it seems to me that she has absolutely no chance because she moves extremely slowly and her artificial intelligence is too stupid.
You really managed to escape from her very cleverly from Jax. I am very surprised that there is such a stupid artificial intelligence here. It seems that this game is really very simple, but it seems to me that I definitely could not play this game because I am extremely bad at playing games.
By the way, just look. It's really some kind of very scary black passage, but it looks like through it we can simply go beyond the textures, and we definitely don't need it. So I think we should return to our route and continue playing this game.
I really like this game already. It is very bright, colorful, and dynamic, and I like it much more than the game you showed us yesterday. I hope that we will play games like this much more often.
By the way, we have already reached our favorite test in this game, namely the energy drink race, and now we will pass it. I hope that we will not have problems with its passing.
Now we just need to run this race with energy drinks and finally get to the finish line. I really hope that we can really pass this test. Although, in fact, I don't even doubt Jax because he has already passed this test a huge number of times and nothing has stopped him.
Okay, finally we passed this test. Now we need to go up the stairs and go straight to the room, where we will need to use the stairs to climb into the ventilation. By the way, we are going through this game today really extremely quickly. It seems to me that we have never passed this game so quickly.
Yes, Jax really manages to get through this game very quickly. Only 250 seconds have passed, and we have already reached the bridge with fans. And by the way, now the most boring part of this game will begin, which I like the least. I generally hope that someday the developers will remove this entire boring part of the game from here.
In fact, these tests are not so bad. Their only downside is that they just never change and always remain the same. It really pisses me off. And by the way, our new guests probably don't know that a huge number of different other games are based on similar games, and they really do repeat themselves very often. We hate this test with valves only because this test remains the same in absolutely all games.
Yes, that's why we're trying to get through this test as quickly as possible, because it's really annoying. And now we need to go up and head straight to the ventilation, through which we'll run further.
Wow, guys. I really like this game too because there are a lot of adventures in this game. We really go through a huge number of different tests, and they are all really cool. I hope that you will show us even more similar games that will be just as fun to play.
You can be sure of it. We are specialists in finding such games. And now we need to run through this ventilation, and then there will be another rather interesting test, which is also really fun to pass.
I really like this game much more than the one we played yesterday because it has much more entertainment. And in general now we are going through some kind of maximally interesting and colorful test. It seems to me that such games are extremely lacking in the world because there really is a lot of action here.
I think you will be even more surprised when we have to play 1,000 similar games one after another and see the same location with modified textures every time. It will be really funny for me because, to be honest, I am already a little tired of games of this type.
I think this game is really good and I really like it. I'm really surprised that we're seeing Jax now, and I'm actually really enjoying the fact that we're shooting food at him because our last encounter with him was extremely negative, at least because he sucked me into a vacuum cleaner.
I think you should stop bringing this up every time we play any games because you've already been talking about it for the second day in a row. And to be honest, it seems to me that only the lazy don't know that it was Jax who sucked you into the vacuum cleaner.
Okay, guys, I think we should stop thinking about this and focus on defeating Boss Jax because he is very actively coming our way. I think he really wants to kill us. Oh no, wait, did you actually try to use this bug? Jesus, I think we should stop trying to do this because this bug does not help at all. It usually pushes us in the opposite direction and that's where it ends.
Yes, we really should stop doing this because it never does anything useful, and now we need to go down this hill and fly over a huge chasm. Great, we really did it. But it would be really cool if we could really use a bug that would push us straight there.
We finally got here. And by the way, there are 3 whole rooms with an exit. But to be honest, I think that the developers shouldn't have added them here, because there is always one exit. Okay. Now let's go straight to the wind tunnel, through which we will rise to the top and try to avoid lasers.
Wow, I really like these colored lasers and I like the design of this game in general. In fact, it seems to me that the developers have not yet created a single Barry's Prison Escape clone that would be so beautiful and pleasant. I think that it is even better than the original version of this game.
I totally agree with you. I like this mode a lot more than a huge number of other modes. Well, okay. Now we need to take this metal bar and start moving it so that we can get to the other end of the abyss. It was actually quite an easy test.
Looks like we finally got out of here. Oh no, just look. We got to the final boss, and the final boss is Kane the mechanical robot. My god, this guy really does look as scary as possible. I really hope we can actually beat him today.
I didn't think that you were scared of some mechanical robots. But you can absolutely not worry about this because we very often fight with such bosses, and all you need to do here is shoot at their hands in order to break them.
There's one last shot left. Great job, Jax. You're great. I really liked this game a lot, and I hope I'll like the next games you show us just as much. And now let's move straight to the next game.
Are we really going to make music here? Okay, I really like this option. Let's try to make some really cool music.
I wonder what sound that green guy makes. I think he must be cool. Just listen to him. It's the sound of some kind of maracas or something like that.
Okay, now I think we need to add this little sun here. Maybe it makes some cool sound.
Let's listen to it! Oh no! Let's remove it! I feel like it's turning our cool track into some kind of children's song. I don't like it at all!
This red guy looks pretty aggressive. What kind of sound will he add to us? Yeah, I really like that drum sound.
Computer. But what sound can it add to us? Well, I think we should hear it. Oh, it adds some very funny voice that sings a cute song.
We're definitely keeping him. And now we need to add this guy with the Daft Punk mask. He should give us a cool sound. But in reality, this sound isn't very cool. But nevertheless, we'll keep him.
I think we have a pretty good song. Now we've added this white sun. I wonder what sound it makes. No, it makes some kind of barking dog sound. I don't like it at all.
By the way, I don't see anything wrong with making a cute children's song. I think it could sound pretty cool. Now let's add that weird purple demon.
Oh no, I definitely don't like the sound of it. I thought it would be more aggressive. I think it would be better to add a robot sound here.
Yeah, I think the robot sound fits here perfectly. Now let's add something else. Maybe this hat sound?
The sound of a hat? But how can it sound? It's a hat. I don't get it. Oh, it turns out it's a whistling guy. Well, actually, that sound fits here pretty well. And I think we'll keep that too. And we'll replace that red demon with something else.
I don't even know what sound to add here. Maybe we should make this guy blue? Oh, it turns out that's the sound of the choir. But it makes this song really more aggressive, and I think we'll keep it.
It's weird that we're trying to make this song aggressive. I think it's almost impossible if we keep leaving this computer in the center because it's trying to make this song cute.
Why did we add that purple demon again? His sound is really terrible. I think we need to add that bucket here. I think it should make a really cool sound.
I wouldn't call this sound cool. Rather, it sounds weird. Well, I think we need to try swapping these guys. Maybe depending on the color placement, the sound changes too? I think it should work that way.
And now we will need to listen to how our compositions will sound fully. But I think that we will need to try to add all possible colors here.
I think there are still a lot of colors here that we haven't tried. I think we need to try this yellow color. This sound is really the weirdest. I don't think it fits our song perfectly.
Yeah, I think it should be removed too. It sounds really weird, but it looks like Jax likes this sound and keeps listening to this song. Okay, I think now he needs to decide what new sound he'll add to replace that gray guy.
Guys, to be honest, I don't know if this yellow guy is needed here or not, but I think just in case I'll remove him from here and add the orange guy here. I hope he will sound cool.
It looks like this guy is adding some kind of drum sound. That sound sounds awesome. Wait, what happened? Oh no, my God. We added that black hat and it just got creepy as hell.
Oh my god, this really looks as creepy as can be. Oh no, the sounds in this game seem to be really creepy. Just look at that guy with a drum cymbal on his head.
In my opinion, it looks really creepy. But to be honest, I like these sounds much more than the previous ones.
I agree with you. The sounds of this game are really cool, but I think it's the atmosphere that looks as creepy as possible. I really wouldn't want to be in a place like that.
This place is truly the creepiest. Just look at all those eyes and faces. My God. Did you even notice that the guy standing second has a symbol instead of half his head? It's truly disgusting.
But just listen to this song! It really sounds cool! It's like a soundtrack to some really cool horror game. I would really like to hear this soundtrack completely finished.
Oh my God! This music and the atmosphere here really scares me. Just look at everything that's going on here. All these images look as creepy as possible, and the sounds they make are also as scary as possible.
It's probably strange, but I also like this music much more than the music we made before. By the way, there is some kind of gallery here, and it seems to me that in this gallery there is just a huge number of some strange, incomprehensible pictures.
Oh my God, these pictures really look creepy, but I think we need to see what's actually here. I think this gallery was created by some mentally ill person. Okay, let's get back to making music, and I don't even know what sound we should add.
Damn, I think I might have a panic attack from this music. It's seriously some kind of crazy. But I think we still need to hear all the sounds that are in this game because we didn't just get here for no reason, right?
I think if we stay here for a long time, I'll start to go a little crazy because this atmosphere is driving me into a really terrible state. Wait. Did it also seem to me that everything started to lag here? God, this is really terrible.
By the way, it sounds like a soundtrack to Hotline Miami or something like that. I feel really creepy in this atmosphere, but for some reason I like it. It's quite possible that it's because I really like horror games.
I'm really starting to get scared by everything we see. Just look at all these images. And those creepy eyes in the background, they really scare me. It seems to me like they're looking straight into my soul.
In fact, I really want to look at all the possible sounds. But every time we switch something, it starts to scare me more and more. It seems to me that this sound is already atmospheric enough.
No, I still want to hear more possible sound options in this game. I think we can create some cool combination from all the sounds that are here.
I feel like I'm going to wet myself soon from all the sounds we hear here because it all really sounds really creepy. But by the way, when we added this sun with an eye, it helped to slightly dilute this creepy atmosphere with a positive piano.
We don't need positive sounds. We came here to listen to all sorts of horrible, creepy sounds or something like that. And by the way, wait, is that really a tree? But what does it even sound like? I want to hear it separately.
Let's try to hear this sound separately. I think it will be interesting. Oh no, it's just some very quiet ambient sound that is not very scary. Well, okay, it seems that now our composition sounds not perfect. We need to try other sounds.
I wonder what sounds from them we haven't tried. Wow, just look! That yellow guy looks really scary. The way he clicks his teeth is especially scary. And by the way, that guy in the hat who was whistling before is now standing here with a bullet wound in his forehead.
I am very scared of this sight, and especially very scared of this pink bunny because she reminds me very much of me, but the female version. Lord, I am extremely scared to look at all this, and I want to get it out of here as soon as possible.
Okay, it looks like we've seen almost all the possible sounds except for that weird eye. I think we should try it. Oh, it turns out this is the same sound that was here originally. It's kind of extremely quiet and stupid. It seems to me that this sound is absolutely not interesting to us. This is also some kind of extremely quiet ambient.
Okay, I think we've listened to all the sounds available to us, and now I think we should get out of this game as soon as possible because I think I'm starting to go crazy.
Okay, I think we've listened to all the sounds available to us, and now I think we should get out of this game as soon as possible because I think I'm starting to go crazy.
Hello everyone, friends, and today we will play a very scary new game about the zoo.
Scary game about a zoo? That sounds stupid. How can a zoo be scary? There are so many different cute animals in it.
I don't think zoos can really be scary because there are so many different predatory creatures living in them. Maybe this game will be somehow connected with predatory creatures?
In fact, all this time this guy was explaining to us our duties in this zoo, and after that, he injected us with some very strange serum, because of which we began to feel quite strange, and he carried us to our workplace. We decided to speed up this moment because it was really quite long and tedious.
Okay, it looks like we are finally starting our walkthrough. We found ourselves in some room and there are a lot of different objects here.
It looks like there is some very strange toilet here. And it looks like someone missed it when they decided to go to the toilet for a big one. It looks pretty disgusting.
Okay, it looks like we're about to get down to our actual duties. Now we need to grab some food and bring it straight to this cart so we can transport it.
Okay, We need to take 2 herbal packets and 1 vegetable block. I think they should be somewhere in this fridge.
It wasn't that hard to find them. Okay, now let's take these briquettes and load them onto this cart. I think this cart will help us carry all these briquettes onto the train.
Okay, we've got the last brick, and now it looks like we need to take this cart and take it straight to this train. Wait, what was that? It was some kind of really creepy sound, like some huge animal slammed into this door.
It seems like this guy's face remained absolutely unshakable and he tried to calm us down. But in fact, this whole situation in this zoo makes me very wary. Where have you ever seen a zoo that has trains?
Okay, we finally got this thing here, and now, as I understand it, all this food will be stored in a special compartment until we transport it directly to the enclosures with the animals that we need to feed.
It looks like now we'll go straight to the enclosures. Okay, now I think we'll need to visit the giraffe enclosure, so let's set our train to the right station and go there right now together with this bearded guy who doesn't inspire confidence at all.
It looks like we have finally arrived at the necessary station. In fact, I still can't understand why this zoo needs this train. How do people even travel around this park and have time to look at all the animal enclosures if we even need to use this train?
Okay, it looks like now we need to cut these briquettes and we don't need that much food at once for these animals. Okay, that sounds pretty logical. And now we need to see the food standards for them and try to cut off exactly the right amount.
I didn't think that in this game there would be so many activities that we need to do. But now we need to visually determine how much to force in order to get a briquette weighing 3.5 kilograms.
It seems to me that visually it is really quite difficult to determine, but I think that it is necessary to make a little less than half of the briquette. Excellent, we did it. And now we can go further. We made a small error, but I think there is nothing wrong with that because thanks to this, the animals will just eat more than they need.
In fact, so far nothing has happened in this game except for a scary atmosphere. Okay, we cut these briquettes a little unevenly, but I think there is nothing wrong with that. Well, our internship at the new position is going quite interestingly.
Now we need to drag this cart with all these tools straight to the enclosure. Okay, let's do it right now. It's pretty weird that in this game we have such weird responsibilities.
In general, I am very surprised by the fact that in such a huge zoo, only one person is doing all these things. It seems to me that at the very least, this zoo should be divided into some groups of animals for which one person should be responsible, instead of one person servicing all the enclosures at night.
Okay, we finally got this cart over. By the way, just look. Now we're going to be in the giraffe enclosure. I've never seen a giraffe in my life, but I'd really like to see one. And by the way, there are some posters painted on the walls, but I don't really want to waste time studying them.
Oh my god, just look at this giraffe. He looks really cute. He even lowered his head to say hello to us. Well, okay, now we need to find a place to put their food. There must definitely be some kind of giraffe feeder here.
Great! Here's the feeding area! We finally got there! Now we need to put all the food here so that these guys will go here and start eating it.
Great! They all gathered here together to eat. Apparently these animals were very hungry. Okay, now we need to look at our next buildings and go to their implementation.
Okay, we're done feeding the animals and now we need to get some new tool. It looks like we'll be using this tool to clean up all the excrement in this enclosure. I'm starting to like this job less and less, to be honest.
Oh my god, are we really going to do this disgusting stuff now? Okay, looks like we really are going to have to go around and pick up excrement all over this place. Oh my god, this looks so disgusting.
Just look at these cute giraffes. My god, I really like them. They have very cute faces, and in general, I have always been amazed by these creatures. How can you even live with such a long neck?
I really hope this is the last of the poop, because this task is really starting to tire me out quite a bit. Great. We finally collected all the poop, and now we need to get to the next rank. To do this, we need to get this tool back, and now we need to take the temperature imaging system.
I think this thing looks like it can be used to check the temperature. Okay, now we need to find where we can place this device in order to check the temperature of these giraffes.
Guys, have you forgotten that we are actually playing a horror game? And so far, nothing nasty or scary has happened in this horror game. It seems to me that this game is even starting to relax me because here we are watching cute animals.
Okay, let's start measuring the body temperature of this giraffe, and I think he's fine. He looks pretty healthy. Now we need to move this thing and measure the temperature of these two fats. Oh no, the giraffe lying on the ground has a high temperature. It looks like he's sick. Well, now we know which of these giraffes is really sick.
Okay, now we are leaving this enclosure and it looks like we are going to take some action now regarding this giraffe that is sick.
I think we need to cure him somehow. I think now we need to go and make some medicine for him. Damn.
This game is really very cute, and it seems to me that absolutely nothing terrible can happen here.
Wait, seriously? We need to analyze this giraffe's poop to find out what's really going on with it? This game really takes animal disease diagnosis very seriously. I think it's really cool.
Wait, is that blood? I don't think there was any before. What happened here? Oh my god, this guy showed up so suddenly. Did you see? He teleported here, and it was accompanied by a scary sound.
Looks like now we need to start making the medicine. We need to make the medicine called Tempralax. Oh my god, this game really has too much attention to detail. I feel like very few games have that kind of attention to detail.
I am also very surprised by this. Well, okay. It looks like we were finally able to make this medicine, and now we need to use it to cure this giraffe.
Now we need to take the tool with which we will inject the vaccine into this animal. But it seems to me that most of all, I would like to vaccinate this pot-bellied guy because he scares me the most. I would like him to stop appearing so suddenly once I did earlier.
Okay, now we're inside this enclosure. And now we're going to have to vaccinate one of the giraffes. I remember this giraffe's name, so now we just have to find him among all the others. Okay, great. We shot the vaccine dart into him, and now he should definitely be on the mend. That's great.
Now we have to go back to the building where our main workplace is located. I think that the internship is over, and now we know all our duties in this zoo very well.
Okay, we're back, and now it seems to me that our internship is finally over. Well, the most important thing is that we were able to cope with it, and nothing really terrible happened here that could really scare us. Okay, this guy is leaving, and this means that now we are left here completely alone, and we have duties that we need to fulfill tonight.
I think this car is way too cool for a zoo owner, don't you think? Okay, now that this guy is gone, we'll have to get out of here. Wait, do you hear that sound? Someone is knocking on the door. Oh my god, that was so creepy. But it looks like it was our wife who was accompanying us to the internship.
It seems that she is very worried about us being locked here, and we need to calm her down somehow. To do this, our main character says that we are currently having a divorce at work. He takes a meat briquette and gives it to his wife so that she can feed the children. In fact, this is very nice. But it seems to me that doing this is a bit illegal.
Okay, Mrs. Wife. We brought you meat. Let's give it to her, and I hope that at least this night she will be calm, because it seems to me that she is worried about us in vain. Although, in fact, quite a lot of different incomprehensible events are happening here. But nevertheless, I don't think that something can happen to us here.
Okay, I think we did a really good job today, and I really liked this game. I really hope that our subscribers also liked this game, and they will like it and write about it in the comments. And if they really like this game, then we will continue to play it with them. And now let's move on straight to the next game.
Hello everyone, friends, and today we will play the second part of this extremely strange horror game about Subway Surfers.
In the last part, we tried for a long time to kill the final boss, but finally we did it. Well, okay. Now we have a guitar again, and it looks like with this guitar we can hit something.
It looks like we can try to knock out some interesting items from these characters. But by the way, unfortunately, we can't interact with them using the guitar. Okay, there are a lot of different comments painted on the walls, and it is quite possible that they can be useful to us.
Kane, I think you should stop recording gameplay with us while you're flying in a helicopter. Or what's that weird sound you're making? Okay, the system message told us something, and after we hit that weird announcement, we got 1 coin. Now we need to figure out where we can use that coin.
To be honest, I don't really know where we can use this coin. But I think we definitely need it to move on. Besides, there are a lot of strange characters here.
These characters do look weird, but they're actually just regular skins of the main character from Subway Surfers. And by the way, there's actually some Mario in there. Okay, look, there are similar ones ahead of the Grabotron. We need to use it.
Are you really calling this thing a Grabotron? That sounds as weird as it gets. Okay, let's use this coin to get what's inside this thing.
Wait, what is this? Is this a chicken? But how can it help us? And by the way, I hope that it is not the chicken that died at the very beginning of the game, because otherwise I will feel very sorry for it.
Now we need to figure out where we can use this chicken. But to be honest, I have absolutely no idea where we can figure out a purpose for it. It seems that this is not exactly the item we need, and we should try to look for more coins in this game.
I think we should use the guitar. Great. After we hit this comment with the guitar, we got coins. It looks like we need to go near each comment and hit it. And it is quite possible that for this, we will get a huge amount of coins that we can use in this machine with toys.
Okay, I think we need to beat all the comments that are in this game. Let's do it. And then we'll try our luck in this toy machine.
I think this is a great idea. And we've already earned 6 coins. Okay, now I think we should run to that toy machine and see what else we can get. I really hope we get something really useful.
Bro, stop making that voice. You don't sound like a pirate at all. And by the way, we just got a cucumber out of that toy machine. Honestly, I can't imagine how we could use it. By the way, I think the same thing about that really old phone.
Guys, stop arguing. I think we need to spend all our coins first and see what we get in our inventory. By the way, we just got headphones and we also got some weird wrench.
I absolutely don't understand what we can do with these items, but I think we should spend the last 2 coins. And by the way, we got soap, and now we'll spend the last coin. For this coin, we got a gamepad. Okay, now I think we should try to somehow interact with other characters using these things.
I think we need to give this Mario something from the items we have. And by the way, he liked the wrench. After he got it, he went somewhere, and now we need to figure out what we can give this guy who sits at the computer.
It's really weird that he doesn't like any of it. Wait, seriously? Oh, he liked the soap. Okay, looks like he sat at the computer for too long and started to smell bad. And by the way, we just gave That's Us headphones to the dancing guy. And now we're down to the last 2 characters. And it seems to me that none of the items suit them. Looks like we haven't knocked out all the coins yet.
We need to get to that weird comment. Okay, you're right, we really haven't gotten all the coins in this game yet. I think we need to find another 2 coins somewhere because there are still 2 characters left.
I don't quite understand. Where can I find the second coin? Oh, look! We just managed to get it! Okay, now we definitely need to spend all these coins in this machine. And by the way, just so we get a hand, I think we'll give this hand to the zombie, and we'll give this pill to that weird green levitating guy.
Actually, this pill is a reference to the movie The Matrix, if you suddenly didn't understand. Because initially when our character approached him, he asked him if he wanted to get out of the Matrix. Okay, we gave all the items to these characters, and now they are gathered in one row.
I wonder what's going to happen now. It looks like they're all going to fight the final boss. Let's see. Wait, seriously? All these guys turned into one giant guy in shorts? Okay, that sounds and looks really dumb.
In fact, the logic of this game is extremely incomprehensible. It seems to me that I will never be able to understand it. But I admit, honestly, it is quite funny for me to play this game because it is very unusual to see the world of the game Subway Surfers in such a setting.
I really want to know when this guy will actually stop swearing. And by the way, we've now entered some location where we need to run very quickly under these wagons. And by the way, there are numbers written under some of these wagons, so guys, be sure to remember these numbers and their sequence. It will be very useful to us in the future.
I hope that Jax remembers all these numbers in sequence, and by the way, it seems to me that he is currently maximally concentrated. Therefore, I think we should not distract him with our empty talk.
Do you really want us to just sit there and watch him play this game? Honestly, I don't really like this idea. Let's just continue discussing what we see on the screen the same way we always do.
For the first time in my life, I agree with this crybaby. We really need to keep running forward, and by the way, it seems to me that there is still one last carriage ahead. I really hope that it won't crush us and we will be able to reach the final door of this location.
Yes, we really need to run forward now. Great! I really hope that Jax remembered all these numbers because I couldn't do it.
I think you don't have to worry about that because I noticed how he was staring at all those numbers. Great. We were finally able to open that gate and now we're moving on.
I really want to know what is in the next location. Oh, it seems to me that our character slightly forgot the line he was supposed to say. But now we got to some small trailers and it looks like we need to press the buttons that are on them.
It seems to me that everything in this game is absolutely surreal. Have you ever seen carriages that have a button on the side to open the lid on top? Personally, I have never seen anything like that. And in general, it seems to me that it looks very much like some kind of coffins. Because of this, this game becomes extremely creepy.
Guys, I understood the point of this game. In fact, we need to open all these cars and look for a pair for each car, like the game we had in childhood where you just need to look for 2 identical objects. I think it will be pretty easy.
And in my opinion, you have really big problems with your memory, because you really make mistakes very often. It seems to me that I've already seen a huge number of pairs, but you are starting to forget what the carriage that we are pairing should look like.
In fact, this mustachioed head that jumps out of this car does not scare me at all. It looks extremely funny and also screams funny. Okay, I think we need to continue exploring all these cars in search of a pair for each of them.
Oh my god, I'm really starting to get annoyed with how dumb Jax is at this game, because I already know exactly where the pairs are for most of these cars. But by the time he tries to remember them, I'm going crazy.
Guys, stop distracting him! The more you talk, the more confused he gets. Although I understand your feelings perfectly because I also see how stupid he is.
Oh my god, Jax! Can you really be that stupid? This is absolutely impossible! You have already approached these cars a huge number of times, and you continue to do it again and again! I think I am really going to go crazy soon!
Okay guys, let's just keep watching this. Oh no, what's going on? Oh my god, it turns out we can't open the cars that have the little cars in them, because if we find a match for them, we'll be destroyed right away.
Okay, it looks like this test will be a little more difficult. I really hope that here we will find all the pairs that we need and will not die. And by the way, just look. It looks like we found a pair for Shrek, and because of this, we got the key.
Wow, you are right. We actually got a key for this. This is very unexpected. And by the way, don't you think it's weird that Shrek is even in this game? He absolutely shouldn't be here, and it really pisses me off.
Oh no! Oh my god, that chicken car that's going to explode right in front of us! Oh my god, this is starting to piss me off so much, I can't put it into words! Okay, now let's try to beat this level again. I hope we don't have any more trouble with it.
In fact, Jax was very slow in this game for a long time, and I think at a